Hey everyone, so today after you do attendance, you're going to do the Passionate Shepherd response poem. So you'll be creating a poem to respond to the speaker in The Passionate Shepherd by Christopher Marlowe. And you'll apply your knowledge of literary elements by utilizing them to create a poem with a clear central idea. So after you all read the poem the first time and did the Go-Go-Mo board, some questions that we didn't address in the Nearpod last class were, did the person the shepherd was speaking to ever agree to go with him? Was the shepherd proposing to the listener? And why is the shepherd working so hard to get the woman to love him? So we're assuming it's a woman. But today you are going to respond to the shepherd. So you get to choose a point of view. I mean, maybe you're not a woman. I don't know. But I think this is interesting because you get to really answer that first question. So is the person, the listener, the shepherd is speaking to, does that person agree to go with him? And some of you kind of thought the tone was very romantic and heartfelt, and others of you thought it was kind of obsessive and creepy. So you'll get to answer some of those questions as you create this poem today. So from the perspective of the listener, what was her or his reaction, whatever you decide. Your only homework for today is to complete and submit your response poem. I'll have it be due by Wednesday at the end of the day. That way, if you need extra time, you can use Wednesday to work on it. Wednesday is a PD day for your teachers, however, so please make sure you inbox me with any questions since there will not be office hours on March 3rd. Okay, so let's look. So for your response to the shepherd, you are going to work alone or with one partner and write a poem responding to the shepherd using the following criteria. You need to have a minimum of 6 stanzas, 4 lines per stanza. And how I got to that number is there are 6 stanzas in the Passionate Shepherd's poem by Christopher Marlowe. So if you had 6 stanzas, 4 lines per stanza, you would literally almost be like responding to each line if you think of it that way. So you could hypothetically have the poem in front of you and be responding line by line if you wanted, or you can kind of do it more holistically. You need 3 to 5 literary elements to help enhance your central idea. There's a copy of class notes here that you can click on, and it gives you those literary elements that we have reviewed or in some way dissected so far. The ones that are starred are the literary devices. So I still have some other definitions here, central idea, speaker, but the ones that are starred are considered your literary devices. You can use others if you want, like hyperbole, personification, but these are just the ones that we've reviewed so far in some capacity. You need a clear, concise, central idea identifying what message the author is trying to get across. You are the author of this response poem, so think with yourself or with your partner, what message are we trying to get across through the speaker? And then formal language and style, and what you're going to do is after you've written your poem, you're going to list the literary devices used in your poem. So I'm going to hop down to the second page. Once you decide if you're working with a partner, here you'll put your name or your name and your partner's name. If you're working with a partner, feel free to share and only one person can submit. Just make sure your names are there so I know if there's a partnership. You will erase this and put your poem title here, and then you'll just type in your poem in this document. And then when you finish, type in the central idea that you're trying to convey, and then the literary devices you use to convey this message. All right, so you would write like couplet, and then you would tell me which line that is in so I can easily identify it. As for the rubric, in order to score all points on this assignment, you need to skillfully demonstrate understanding of literary elements by creating a poem that has 5 different literary elements. You need to then connect to and mimic the rhyme scheme in the original poem. So Christopher Marlowe has end rhyme for every 2 lines. So you need to mimic that. So if you look at his poem, the stanza 1 at the end says love and prove. That's a sight rhyme, so it looks like it rhymes, but it doesn't actually. And then we have fields and yields, which is an actual rhyme in a couplet. And then finally, do you effectively collaborate and give insight? So if you're working with a group or alone, basically that's a completion grade. So that should be pretty easy to get those last 5 points. If you have any questions, please inbox me so that I know and can better help you. This will be due Wednesday the 3rd by the end of the day.